On paper, the 2024 USA basketball team looks invincible. But games aren't won on paper, are they?
Schroeder steps back. Count it! The Germans have taken a 6-point lead!
I've compared this team to every national team from the past 20 years to see how they stack up, and you might just be surprised at what I found. Who could be the biggest threat to Team USA in the Paris Olympic Games? What would a loss mean for the reputation of USA basketball internationally? And what are experts saying about the chances of an upset? I'll be going over everything here today, so buckle up, make sure you have all your belongings, and most importantly, enjoy the ride.
Here it is to Schroeder, he throws it up, and the Germans have done it! They have stunned the United States in the semifinals! Can you believe it?
In the latest international showdown at the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup, Team USA fell short of expectations. Not only did they miss out on the gold, but they didn't even win the bronze, losing out to Canada in a nail-biting overtime game.
And they have reached the podium. They have won the third-place game against the United States in the Battle of the Americas.
This result, however, wasn't a huge surprise. I mean, they didn't send their top-tier athletes this time around. And in fact, they even went beyond their bench warmers, fielding a squad that seemed more like their C team. 2024, however, paints a different picture. This time, Team USA is coming in strong with a powerhouse lineup featuring Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and LeBron James, the three faces of the NBA over the last decade. And with all NBA caliber players from top to bottom, from players 1 through 12, USA is fielding a dream team that's set to dominate the competition.
Cocks it back, throws it down, and one.
When it comes to offense, Team USA has an unbeatable lineup. I mean, they can literally deploy a squad where 4 players have won NBA scoring titles, where all 5 players can stretch the floor, and where 1 is capable of averaging 30 points per game in the league. This lineup is the dictionary definition of an offensive powerhouse. And when Team USA needs to tighten up on defense, they have a lineup that can completely shut down their opponents. With Bam Adebayo and Anthony Davis capable of defending all 5 positions, and Drew Holiday and Anthony Edwards serving as elite perimeter lockdown defenders, they form a formidable wall. Add Jason Tatum into the mix, who seamlessly fills any defensive gaps, and you've got a lineup that's defensively intimidating.
Up ahead, Neesmith, blocked! Edwards getting up, and good night!
Overall, this roster is so stacked that even if you remove the starters, this team would still be the clear-cut favorites to win an NBA championship if they played together. That's the level of talent we're talking about. From guards to forwards to centers, this team appears to have no weaknesses whatsoever. The only perceived weakness of the star-studded lineup might be the age of its key players. With Steph, Durant, and LeBron at 36, 35, and 39 years old respectively, they don't exactly symbolize speed and athleticism anymore. This could be seen as a potential limitation in a sport that values youth and physical talents. For context, back in the 1992 Dream Team, Michael Jordan was 29, Magic Johnson was 32, and Larry Bird was 35. Fast forward to the 2008 Redeem Team, Kobe Bryant was 29, Dwayne Wade was 26, and LeBron James was just 23. However, while age might be the only weakness for the 2024 team, advancements in sports science tells another story. These improvements have been so significant over the years that it's hard to tell that players like Curry, Durant, and LeBron are actually in the tail ends of their prime. This past year, for example, Steph has not only averaged more points, but has also improved his free throw shooting beyond his career average. Similarly, LeBron and KD have improved their shooting accuracy from the field and the three-point line, surpassing their career averages. So even though they're creeping up there in age, for these 3 athletes, age really is just a number. Then when you combine all these strengths of Team USA with LeBron's exceptional basketball IQ and Eric Spoelstra's tactical expertise, one of the finest coaching minds in the NBA, you essentially have what's known as a cheat code, an absolute game changer, giving the team an almost unfair advantage on the court. However, sports wouldn't be as thrilling if there wasn't always the possibility of an upset. And in the Olympics, where every match carries the weight of a must-win Game 7, anything can happen. This raises the big question: which teams have the best chances of beating the United States? Well, to find an answer, we turn to the betting odds, where people put their money where their mouths are. And here's what the numbers tell us. USA is unsurprisingly the clear favorite. Following them in the odds are Serbia, Canada, France, Germany, and Australia. This list isn't final yet because there are still key contenders vying for spots to compete in the Olympics. Slovenia, powered by Luka Doncic, Greece, led by Giannis, and Spain, a perennial powerhouse in international basketball, are still in the race for the last spots. But anyway, let's look at the current competition. Serbia fields some top-notch talent from the NBA, including Bogdan Bogdanovic and the reigning NBA MVP, Nikola Jokic. When Team USA faces Serbia, despite their stacked roster, they'll be up against the Joker, who's widely regarded as the best basketball player in the world today and who shouldn't be underestimated under any accounts. Team Canada, on the other hand, will also field a roster brimming with NBA talent. And while it may not be as star-studded as the US team, it's still packed with players who have proven themselves in the NBA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was second in the latest MVP race, along with Jamal Murray, the Lakers Slayer, and RJ Barrett, who's known as Maple Mamba. Team Canada is quite the formidable opponent with serious upset potential. Then with Lou Dort and Dylan Brooks being defensive monsters, and with other names like Andrew Wiggins, Shaedon Sharpe, Trey Lyles, Benedict Mathurin in the mix, and let's not forget Zach Edey as well, the two-time reigning National College Player of the Year. Team Canada has the potential to be absolutely deadly. In a best-of-7 where adjustments can be made after every game, Team USA would likely be the absolute clear-cut favorites over Canada. But in a winner-take-all situation, like in the Olympics, underestimating this Canadian team could be a huge disaster. Then, after Canada, is France. So, about this team, imagine Rudy Gobert and Victor Wembanyama both patrolling the paint on the same team without the 3-second violation rule. This is going to be a nightmare for any team trying to score inside. And honestly, this duo could go down as the most unstoppable interior defense basketball has ever seen. Let me emphasize that again. Gobert and Wembanyama, without the 3-second rule, might just redefine basketball defense as we know it. I look forward to seeing what France could do this year. But moving on, Germany is the defending world champions from 2023, and then there's Australia, another nation brimming with NBA talent. So, as you can see, there are several teams that can potentially cause an upset, and for those doubting the possibility of an upset, look no further back than 2004. Despite having legends like Tim Duncan and Allen Iverson, alongside rising stars LeBron James, D. Wade, and Carmelo Anthony, Team USA suffered unexpected losses to Puerto Rico, Lithuania, and Argentina. Then, even in the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo, Team USA, led by Durant, Bam, Booker, and Tatum, faced challenges. Despite winning the gold medal in the end, they stumbled in Game 1 against France. As Murphy's Law goes, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And that's a lesson Team USA will need to bear in mind. Anyway, let's now address the elephant in the room. What would a loss mean for the reputation of USA basketball? Honestly, a loss like this would be a crushing blow to the reputation. I get it, this might not be the strongest team USA has ever assembled, but it's still the cream of the crop for 2024, the current dream team, if you will. And so far in Team USA history, sure, they've had some tough losses in international games, but here's the thing. It's never been their star-studded dream team that took the hit. It's never been the A-team, the absolute top-notch players they could send out there. Take 2004, for instance. Sure, they had Duncan and Iverson, but they were missing superstars like Kobe, Shaq, and Garnett. And while LeBron, Wade, and Carmelo were on the roster, at the time, they were only 19, 22, and 20, just new kids on the block. Then in 2023, the spotlight fell on Jalen Brunson and Anthony Edwards as the top players of the USA World Cup team. But here's the thing, neither of them had an All-NBA team before the 2023 World Cup. Now, don't get me wrong, they're both incredible players, especially considering their performance this year. But having them as the best players on an international stage doesn't exactly send shivers down the spines of opposing teams. But this 2024 team, with the three faces of the NBA still dominating at the highest level, there's simply no room for excuses.
Drain down the track. Look out!
Blocking foul.
Next off, when it comes to the question of who could be the biggest threat, Serbia, led by Nikola Jokic, definitely stands out, especially since they're in the same Group C as the US team. And right after them, it's gotta be Team Canada with SGA and Murray. Most experts online are also leaning towards Canada as the team that could totally shock the world. And honestly, it's not a surprise considering how stacked their roster is with NBA talent. In any case, here we are again, with a scenario where Team USA has everything to lose and nothing to gain. They're under immense pressure to win, to dominate, and anything less than that would certainly tarnish the United States' reputation in basketball. So, will we witness another year of total dominance by USA basketball, or could 2024 mark not only a new era in NBA basketball, but in world basketball as well? We'll soon find out, but in the meantime, did you know that many fans believe the NBA playoffs are rigged? I've been glued to as many games as possible, and let me tell you, some moments seem pretty fishy. And if you're curious about what I'm talking about, do yourself a favor and click on this video right here.